and Biggie, we're actually cool. You know, we're cordial. We're not like best friends or anything, but there's no beef between us. Like, I just saw her, before the premiere, or like days like leading up to the premiere. I saw her. We all went to Highlight Room together, and then I seen her again like at the premiere. We took pictures together and stuff.
Yeah.
But went out after. I'm a grown woman at the end of the day. Like, that was for TV.
I heard that.
And
yes,
when them cameras go off and we got to be around each other in real life, there are no cameras around. When it's time to be back on TV,
yeah.
in TV land, I might not like you in TV land, but in real life, I don't have no problem with you. Like, you ain't
Yeah.
cuss me out and slap me and try to blow my house up or fight my mom, like, you know what I mean? Like, or nothing crazy.
So it's not that deep.
It ain't that deep.
Yeah.
She hasn't done anything extreme enough to me in real life for me to care about what happened while we were on TV and like be bringing it into like this, stratosphere.
To a special mother. Mamma mia, here I go again. Hello, LGBTQ plus DL men, women who secretly love us and support us. And if you don't identify with any of those labels, you're still free to subscribe to the channel. And that's on me. We're having a little lamb and the cookies I'm about to eat. So, I thought that it was important to show you the video that you had seen of Jayla speaking about the beef with Biggie, like on the podcast that she was talking about, because she said something very interesting and it brought forth these thoughts in the topic to talk about. And at first I was going to talk about something else, but this topic just felt like something that needed to be talked about now, because I think that we all kind of maybe see this experience as a similar experience. And anyway, I have a Larry and Lenny cookie, which is a plant-based cookie, and these are regular cookies. Well, I guess you could say regular cookies, but not really. They're Oreo cookies. And I got me some silk almond milk. Most of you know that I am on kind of sort of a journey to going back to plant-based eating. And I wouldn't call this like a series, but it kind of is kind of being a series where I'm eating plant-based foods and, like, I guess you can say non-plant-based foods. Yes, because I said regular food, like plant-based food isn't regular, but it is. The difference in taste is that the Larry and Lenny cookie is kind of thicker, and depending on what flavor you get, it may be a little grainier than like a regular cookie. But I think that for myself, eating plant-based foods, I kind of got used to like maybe the taste of soy or the taste of like more plant-based, because it has it has an more earthy taste to it. That's vanilla almond milk. Anyway, I wanted to speak about another video that I had seen where there were, I think they're nuns, and they were talking about hold on, where's my other phone? Hold on. I saw 333.
Why do sisters wear habits? There's multiple reasons, but one is like, this is my wedding dress. I get to wear my wedding dress every day. It's actually also a sign of poverty, that these are my clothes. I don't go shopping. I don't go to Fifth Ave. We actually make our habits, our community. And so it's a sign of real poverty, totally belonging to the Lord in every way.
It's a gift for us, but it also puts on display, actually, the call of every human heart. When we go out in public, they're reminded of the truth that you are created for an intimate union with God. And this is not just reserved for religious, actually. This is literally the destiny of every human heart. God loves you so much that he wants to be wedded to your soul. For some of us, we live that now on earth, but every single one of us, you, the person sitting next beside you, if there is someone beside you, is actually called to a deep, intimate communion with God. So we wear it for ourselves, but for you too.
So, when I saw Jayla's video first, when I was watching Jayla's video, where she was speaking about Biggie, right? And for you that do not know her, she was on Baddies East and on the Zeus Network. And I did a video where I was speaking about how some people, like, did some of them sold their soul to, did they sell their soul for fame? But I have a somewhat difficult idea of certain topics like the Illuminati and how people say when people just have said certain things about people that are in the media. I just have a different outlook, I guess you can say, on things like that. And for example, when Jayla was speaking about that, you know, it's just for TV. Like, it's just for TV. And because when her and Biggie were in, again, Biggie is someone else who is on Baddies, if you have never seen the show before. And she was just basically saying that the TV personality and the Jayla that is outside of that TV personality are different. In a way, that's what she was saying. And the reason that I brought up the video about did certain characters or people on Zeus sell their soul, and just people outside of Zeus also, did they sell their soul for fame, or my idea of what people do to sell their soul for fame. There were some people just that didn't agree, which that has happened many times. People may have a difference of opinion, and that's okay, because we're all having our own specific journey and awareness to spirituality or spiritual beliefs. That's okay. Now, I wanted to create this video because having an awareness to the self, or the understanding or awareness to enlightenment, it has helped me to become aware that whether a person is playing a character in a movie, an actor is playing any type of sort of character or anything like that, we are still creating our reality. And as I said that, I kind of sort of reminded myself that the soul is infinite. So this journey of being human, although we may have different bodies throughout lifetime, and what I mean by that, some people may not believe in reincarnation, but many spiritualists have said that, I I wouldn't say many spiritualists have said what I'm about to say, but people that can resonate with the twin flame journey, which I've heard more people speaking about it freely now. I remember speaking about it openly when I first heard about it. And now, when at that time, it seemed as if speaking about the twin flame journey was forbidden. Not forbidden, but people just didn't understand it how people are understanding it now. I think that a lot of things about our our true self is not that it can't be spoken about freely, but I think that it can ruin the experience for others who are meant to learn and experience it. Like, you don't want to tell everything, so that it won't ruin the experience for people who are actually on these journeys. Because the experience of it is what truly allows you the understanding of it or the awareness of it. Now, I also just felt this more intense feeling to speak about the twin flame journey in relation to what the sisters or nun have spoke about of why they wear a habit, I think it's called. And when they spoke about it, they said it kind of it's a symbolism for like the marriage with yourself, the marriage with your soul, which is the relation to God and your soul are the same. And so I think that knowing that the twin flame journey is basically a catalyst for you to become in alignment with your soul, which is said to be the reflection, like you and your twin flame have the same soul, right? And now people are saying, twin, where have you been? I think for some people it's more of like when they say twin, they say it as like a, not marketing, but they say it as a trend. They made it trendy. They've made it like, oh, twin, like we act alike, like twin, what's good? Twin, where you at? What's up? But for people that are actually on this journey of being solely connected to a person that is basically themselves, because the journey of the twin flame is meant to align you with your soul. And this soul is the mirror reflection of itself. And so hearing the nun or sisters say that, it is meant for you to marry your soul, like it's a symbolism of marrying the soul or something along those lines, the twin flame journey also aligns you with this same idea of aligning with your soul, being on a soul journey, aligning with spirit, aligning with marrying yourself, which is also one with God, your connection to God. And so also this is kind of like what I've been saying about how people may have different spiritual beliefs or practices, but there's some type of interconnected idea about there being one higher power. Speaking on JLo again, I want to say that there used to be this thought process about And I wouldn't say there used to be, because it still sometimes arrives or comes up as a thought pattern. As if like although I've awakened and received spiritual knowledge and this more deeper awareness to the divine consciousness, there is still this question about the things that I know and how true are the things that I know. And when she said, because a lot of people wouldn't look at being in media as selling the soul to the devil, and then I have a different idea of what the devil is. And Jayla, in I think it was Baddies East, spoke about, her connection to spirit and allowing them to see that she had a deeper connection. And for a lot of us who are spiritual or spiritually aware, we like the idea of being financially abundant. Some spiritualists have made a profit from the things that they know spiritually. But here's the thing, if you haven't done enough healing, if you haven't done enough work to have a balance, then maybe it can appear as what the devil really is. And the devil may be different to different people, because I think a lot of Christian believers or the belief of Christians may see the devil as like a negative entity or force. And in some way, the idea of the devil is kind of interconnected as well, because the tarot meaning behind it is related to addictions and maybe addictive thought patterns, or in like the number 666 is also related to holding more of a attention to the material aspects of life rather than spiritual belief. And so with that being said, when people say the devil, my mind as a medium goes to that idea of the devil. But I also have the awareness of how the Christian belief is seeing that the devil is something like when people say devil and it's a Christian believer, I think that those believers see the devil as like like an exorcist type of belief. Like they believe of it in that aspect. But you know how just speaking of the tarot definition of the devil related to addictions and addictive thought patterns, or just addictive people, like not being able to say, oh, I'm done with the person. That can also be like devil energy in relation to tarot, or the aspect of, holding more attention to the materialism. It's also related to materialism. So when you think about people who are in media, they have to make these appearances. They have to be in these nice materialistic things to kind of keep that abundance flowing. So is it really wrong that they're doing these things? And a lot of people, they project these ideas into those people's experience. And other people, they kind of hold weight in the idea of helping others manifest. That's my idea of how I have saw it and have understood it in a way. But I think that there's a balance in their life, because people that aren't living their life, of course, they're going to have their opinion on somebody who is living a much more luxurious lifestyle. Anything that they do, anything that you see, well, when you have heard about how, oh, Beyonce, she's a part of the Illuminati. Like, what is Illuminati? Illuminat? If you just, that part itself kind of sounds like illuminate to me. And so when I hear, if you just take off the I, you think about illuminate, or like illuminate, to bring light. In Lucifer's name, Lucifer, the bringer of light. Light illuminates darkness, if you think about that. And the whole eye thing, how they hold up this sign, the eye, which I think this represents power in a way. Power. I think of it differently. But I've also done research. Like, I don't want it to just be like all about, like debunking these things, right? But I think that it's important, coming from a predominantly Christian family, or believers of Christianity, or and some believers of spirituality, and doing the research on these different ideas, it just arises a question, right? But the true gem of, or reason that this video was thought about, was because when I heard her kind of saying, oh, basically saying that when she's on TV, or when she's filming the things for TV, and maybe doing ratchet shit, maybe fighting in those scenes on Zeus and things like that, she's basically saying that wasn't real life. And the thing is, it is real life. Like, even when actors are acting, they're still creating in their life. When artists are singing or writing songs, they're still creating. We still have the ability to create in these spaces. So I've become aware of certain things that just have raised questions. And I continue to bring this up because seeing it and just understanding that manifestation is the idea of saying you have something, or acting as if you have something, or sending out a vibration of, I want this, I have this, for getting it, and then receiving either that experience, or that materialistic item, or whatever. Even when and I brought it up so many times, it just seems like, why won't you let that go? But I kind of want people who align with this understanding to kind of, like the video, and just say, like, or in the comments, say that you understand what I'm saying. Like, you understand what I've been saying for the longest. Like when Red Fox, he played a character in the TV show Sanford and Son, and the character displayed a heart attack. And so Red Fox, the character, he also had that health issue prior to passing. And so it just raises a question. And you also think, well, should any of these things be feared if we, and this is also what I have known, like some people believe that reincarnation isn't true, but according to the twin flame journey, it is said that every lifetime we meet this person, this being who shares the same soul as us. Just hearing that alone is like, oh, so I've been here more than this lifetime. And this is just information that I've come across. This is information that has found me. I know it to be true for me. It doesn't have to be true for you. And some people don't believe that, and that's okay. But the truth that I aligned with is that we are here to allow spirit to experience itself. Spirit is experiencing itself through us, and we're experiencing it through life, through everything. Everything is everything. And with that understanding, and the soul being infinite, we can exist now, we can exist in the past, we can exist in the future. The soul is existing in everything because it is everything. And so with that understanding, I think there has been a conditioning to fear death, but there's also a unconditioning to not fear it. But that is kind of where I kind of start to question a lot of it. Like, I question whether it's important to guide people to be aware of what they're creating when they're in certain experiences, like what they say. Like, I don't want to create like a place of fear, but I also want people to understand, like, you do understand that you can create your experiences, or you are aware that how you treat others is also a reflection of how you feel you should be treated. So when from what I'm seeing, right, if Jayla's in an experience and she's being what they call getting active on the screen, wouldn't that be a reflection of what she feels like she should receive? And again, God loves humor, right? So that doesn't mean just because the divine has an understanding of her being on television and things like this, like, yes, that is that experience, but you also have like your own soul journey. So in some ways, can't you experience like something, or can't she experience something that's like, y'all understand what I'm saying? Wouldn't there be some type of karmic contract or something? And again, that just even kind of makes it more of like a loophole kind of question, because I have come across information that says we write our stories prior to having our human experience. Or God knows every single thing that we're going to go through prior to us going through it as human. I just kind of question these things because I think, is it important to kind of teach people, I guess, or or to guide people to a more enlightened self. If some people are meant to be the unconscious and the conscious, because that's what keeps balance. Like, just imagine everybody being enlightened. What would be the point of the existence? Some people say one thing, some people say another, and that's the thing. We're all having our own experience of what we understand and believe. Yet we can all agree, kind of, sort of. Well, the awakened beings or chosen beings can kind of agree that there's a higher power, and people that don't believe, they don't believe, but they still kind of. I heard a guy speaking about being atheist, but still had like some type of awareness to the universe. I got one cookie left, and then half of the Larry Lenny cookie. I guess because I had started by eating like non-plant-based foods. So having something plant-based again is just more of a, once you get used to the taste of it, you kind of, oh, it's good. But before, you kind of like, the grainy taste. It's a taste that you get used to as you start to go back to plant-based food. I saw myself kind of like shaking my head no. I think my soul was just like, my soul was probably like, but at the same time, we needed more healthier alternative, girl. We needed more healthier alternative. But again, I don't know, like I think about like how, like, is it, you can't change the natural order of things, and even if you do, it's like it'll eventually happen. Like even though we have some control of things, we don't have control of everything, because like I say, like we have, or speaking in the term of like the soul, of course the soul is leading us to what is destined, or destiny. And some people don't believe in that. Some people don't believe in destiny or fate. I personally believe, because I heard someone like, well, do you believe in destiny or fate? Like, I see these movies and stuff about destiny and fate, and I remember like a character saying that, well, I don't believe in destiny or fate. That's what the character said. But I think personally, having the experience of becoming a twin, or not becoming a twin flame, but just having the awareness of it, having the awareness of source consciousness, having the experience of source consciousness, is brought a more enlightened awareness to source consciousness. And knowing that is the destiny, that is the fate, that is the reason for my belief in it. The same way that, and it just brings me back to that teaching of the twin flame journey. There was a coach or channel by All Star something, Kurt. And what he was saying in the video was that the soul does not have to say that it is itself, because it knows it's itself. And that's the same idea of like, if you are walking past a mirror, because you know it's you, you're not going to say, well, you're not going to just have to say, oh, you're not going to say to yourself, oh, that is me, because I know that's me. Like, you don't have to. I mean, you can, but you don't have to, right? When you are ready, your true self will make it known that it is you and you are it, and you will have the true understanding when you are ready to receive that information. It will reveal itself. but you already know that it's you. You already know that you are it. But anyway, it's getting dark, and I'm going to finish up these cookies. I thought that this was a really important topic to have with you guys. The almond milk, I'm going to finish that up too. And I think that almond milk, the taste of it, if you can, try the vanilla almond milk. It's a good taste. And if you get gassy when you drink regular milk or cow milk, almond milk. But if you have a allergen to nuts or almonds, maybe try oat milk. And if you have an allergen to that, I don't know, girl. They have different types of milk out there. But anyway, much love to you all. I may not finish these cookies right now, but I'll finish them later. Anyway, I enjoyed this conversation. I enjoyed this conversation with you guys. I hope that you also enjoyed this conversation. Like the video if you haven't already. Comment if you would like to. And that's, again, like it if you would like to. I'm not trying to take y'all freedom of choice. Like it if you would like to. Comment if you would like to. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and you want to subscribe, do that. And much love to you all. Have a great rest of your day, night, or morning if you have just awakened or whatever. Anyway, much love to you all.
Ooh, Mamma Mia, here I go again. Mama, how can I resist you? Mamma Mia.